Hi, David Humphries again, and welcome to the 10th and last video on how to use the Property Auction Expert Lot Analyzer. And now we're looking at results, which is the last tab that you can open. Let me just show you that. Close the tab down. It's the last tab, number 10, results. Open this tab up, and here we have it. The hammer prices go in here, the hammer guide ratio, which I'll come back to in a minute, the reserve or available at prices, the reserve ratio again, and whether you've bought the property or not. Now the information with regard to the hammer price comes from the results page, and let me show you one of those. You go to the EIG site. You can get this information from the auctioneer's site, but I use the EIG site. You click on recent auctions, you open up the West Midlands tab for Bigwoods, and then you scroll down, and here we find Bigwoods 12th of December 2012 auction. We open that up, and here we have the auction results. Now I'm just going to readjust the screens, and this is as far as I can readjust the screens, so we can see the address of the property, the postcode, and most importantly the lot number. I've already put in the hammer price, and if we go to this screen and scroll down to lot 76, which is this lot number here, we will find that and here we are, the sold price is 84,000. I'll just move that across slightly. 84,000 is the hammer price, and so this hammer price is entered into this column BZ, and each of the hammer prices is put in. Now the result of entering the hammer prices is that we get a percentage ratio between the hammer and the guide price. And let's open up the guide price, and here are the guide prices. And so with the hammer price at £84,000 on a guide of 68,000 on lot 76, the hammer guide ratio is 124%, which means the hammer price was 124% higher than the auction guide price. Now if you complete these auction after auction on a specific auctioneer, you may see a trend starting to emerge. If we look at this trend, there's one at 171%, and then there's one at 151%, but after that they're all below 150%. So if you were able to bid 150% on one of your chosen lots, the probability is that you would be successful, and this particularly applies towards the end of the auction rather than at the beginning. But I stress, you have to carry out this exercise on each of the lots that you're interested in with regard to the specific auctioneer. The fact that Bigwoods in this case has an average, let's say, of 145% hammer over guide does not mean that the adjacent auctioneer or the other auctioneer in the West Midlands, which is Cottons, will have the same hammer guide ratio. Each of these hammer guide ratios is specific to the auctioneer. But we found that by carrying out this analysis, we saw trends arising when we were looking at the results of the auctions over a period of 12 months. Now the same sort of information applies to the reserve price. Let me show you. Now with Bigwoods, they don't give you the available at price post-auction. They put unsold, please refer to the auctioneer, but other auctioneers do give you the available at price, and I'll go and find one and show you. And here we have Shonky Brothers, who also auction or run auctions in the West Midlands, and as you can see they have an unsold lot number 2 which is available at £82,500. Now to find out how that fits in to their guide price, if we click on lot number 2 and open it up, we come to the summary, which has again unsold but is available at 82,500. But open the catalogue entry and the probability is that we will find the original guide price. And that is the case, 80,000 to 85. So in the case of Shonkies, in this particular lot, had you put in the £80,000, then the reserve would be slightly over. Had you put in the £85,000, the reserve would be slightly under. Let me close these lots down. And now we are back with the analyzer, and I've made up these reserve prices or available at prices for Bigwoods, and I've put in 70,000 on an auction guide of 74,000. And in this case, and as I say, these are made up, but it shows that the reserve to guide is 96%. So it would indicate that the reserve prices are behind guide in this specific example. But once again, these examples are auctioneer specific, and you need to complete this analysis over a number of auctions to see whether any trends emerge. These hammer guide and reserve guide percentages are just two more pieces of information which may assist you in trying to decide how much you should make your maximum bid, because quite obviously if you feel that 150% hammer guide gets you the deal, then it may be worth trying to see whether you can trim your costs so that you can bid 150%. Well, that brings me to the end of the series of videos on how to use the Property Auction Expert Lot Analyzer, and these videos together with the Property Auction Expert Lot Analyzer are part of the tools that we supply you as part of the masterclass, and these tools come to you in advance of the masterclass so that you can go through the lots in the specific auction that we're looking at and pre-prepare before the first workshop. I hope you found these videos both interesting and worthwhile, and of course they will always be available to you on YouTube, and provided you have the analyzer, they will assist you or help you in subsequent analyses. And that brings me to the end.